Firstly, let's take a look at the market. The JSE didn't manage to sustain yesterday's rally, closing down almost 0.8% today. Was it just taking cue from global markets?
Definitely. We were extremely flat until the States opened, 3:30, and then 4 o'clock they started falling quite badly. So we just followed them as per usual ahead of a weekend. Yeah, so taking our cue from them.
Volumes today?
It was all right. I mean, it was a pretty dull day, so only started really picking up towards the afternoon. We got some price action, some movement to the downside in the States, like I said. So yeah, picking up late in the day.
Northam Platinum released their full year results today. Their profits have more than halved from a year ago. What was your take on the numbers? I know it's quite a small stock compared to the big ones like Amplats and Implats. Yeah. Do you trade the stock?
Well, look, I mean, when we see an opportunity, then we'll take advantage of it and whatnot, but not too often. But if you look at its peers, or its bigger peers at least, the likes of Anglo Plats, pretty much as expected, I think, with weaker platinum price at the beginning of the year and end of last year, expected to take a bit of a knock. I see that their price they were receiving for all their metals was down 42%. So, no surprise there. The stock actually jumped yesterday by about 7%, but I think that was just following the likes of Anglo Plats and Implats higher yesterday. They both had fantastic days. So, from a fundamental point of view, not reading too much into those results with regards to the price movement yesterday. I think that was related to the sector.
What was worrying about those results, though, refining costs up quite significantly. So it puts a question mark around how efficiently they're running the company.
Correct, exactly. I mean, you're trying to cut costs in an environment like this when times are tough. And unfortunately, their costs are increasing quite significantly. So that is not a great sign. Yeah.
Now let's take a look at the top of the top 40 today. Richemont up almost 4.5% at 21 Rand 39 cents, rallying up today just on the back of good results out of the likes of Swatch, as you know, they make Cartier watches.
Correct.
Is this a sign that cyclical stocks are coming back into favour? Should we be taking a look at stocks like this, luxury good stocks?
Well, look, I mean, they've taken an absolute hammering as well. If you're looking from a long-term point of view, definitely it will sometime down the line it will definitely return to favour. So I think people are just viewing that sentiment's still okay. The world's not going to end. People are eventually going to start buying luxury goods again. So why not take advantage of the time right now? It's still at a relatively low price. So I think it's just a bit of sentiment and forward-looking that's pushing the price up at the moment. Yeah.
What cyclical stocks do you think are a sure bet at the moment, if you're a bit cautious?
Well, at the moment, from a cyclical point of view, I wouldn't say there are any sure bets right now. Like I said last week, I would have preferred a slower move to the upside. We've seen quite a drastic move up, but we've seen the all-share run into some resistance this week. It seems to be that on the future side of things, the all-share futures, it seems that 22,700 is often offering quite a big level there. We reached a high a couple of trading sessions ago of 22,770, give or take a couple of points. And then today we got close there again within 40 points and then sold off. So, in the same breath, I'm not trying to pick a top, but I think cyclical stocks, if you're going to be trading them, stick to your stop losses and no large positions at this point. Long term, you should still be okay. Maybe wait for pullback. This elusive pullback seems to not be coming at the moment that everyone's wanting. But just tread the water and be very careful, I'd say, in the cyclicals.
We'll get to the debate on the great pullback later on, but let's just take a look at Standard Bank's results. They were released yesterday. What was your take on these results?
I viewed them as the same as the rest of the big banks that reported, pretty much as expected. The share, looking on a weekly basis, closed very flat, 92, 92.20 there and thereabouts. So I wasn't surprised by anything. I just think what's going to have a major impact on them is what happens overseas. Obviously, with the rest of our financial stocks, we will follow international counters. Yeah.
I think some positive news, though, to take out of Standard Bank's results is that they haven't actually cut spending, they haven't retrenched any workers, and they're looking to actually take advantage of this recession and see where they can invest. So they'll be better positioned in the upturn. So just more reason to be bullish on standard stocks.
Correct. I mean, as I've said a couple of times on the show, my preferred banking stock, if you invest, is definitely Standard Bank. So I totally agree with you there. Yeah.
What key resistance and support levels are you looking at standard stocks at the moment? Sitting at 92 Rand 47, down 3% today.
Yeah. 92 isn't a bad level to start picking up a few, and then both technically and psychologically 90 will offer support as well. So not bad to pick up some here, and if we get a slight little pullback to 90, I'd pick up some more there too.
Let's take a look at the mining stocks. We've got Billiton, which released their results this week. Anything to take out of that report?
Well, they reported $5 billion rand profit compared to $1 billion, forgive me, compared to 15 billion last year. So, I mean, on a yearly basis, that is quite a big knock. But everyone was expecting that. Anglo reported before them. So, yes, Billiton closed the week down about 3-4 rand, but that was only due to the fact that the States came in today much weaker. So, looking at it from the outside, it looks that everyone is pretty much happy as how the results came in, from a fundamental point of view. No major surprises there as well.
Now, from an investor's point of view, should you be heeding caution when the CEO of Billiton is quite cautious in his outlook for the company when it comes to investing in resource stocks, and then say specifically Billiton?
Like I said, with regards to the cyclicals, resource stocks, very big cyclicals as well. So I would definitely be cautious with the market at these levels as well. So yeah, I would be cautious, yeah.
207 rand, do you think it's cheap now? Should we get in at this level?
Not a bad level. A lot, like I said, hinges what happens on international markets, especially the Dow. From the futures point of view, we're close to support at 9,200, so that correlates to close to support at 200 on Billiton. So, I mean, that's just medium-term support, so I'd be looking to maybe pick up a few there with a very tight stop loss, of course. So it's not looking bad from a trading perspective and a medium-term trading outlook, yeah.
Now, Old Mutual down 3% today, sitting just under 12 rand at 11 rand 99. Any news flow out of that company?
I think a lot of people were looking to take profit in that stock. I mean, a week or two ago, it was one of the best performing stocks in the top 40 for quite a while. So very, very overheated, very overbought. And as soon as the sellers started coming in, we broke some technical levels to the downside. 12 now is a big level as well, psychologically and technical again. So we'll have to see where we go from here. So I definitely think technical and profit taking has come to the fore there on Old Mutual.
Let's take a look at that MPC rate cut decision. Were you surprised by it, like everyone else was?
Yeah, I was extremely surprised. I thought there was no way they were going to cut by the amount that they did. But I guess they kind of worried as to where we go from here. It doesn't send the correct message as to our growth outlook. Maybe they're focusing on growth. I heard Chris Hart come on before. His prediction was for a 6% decline in second quarter GDP again. So I agree with him there. It's a sign of worrying times. Yeah.
Now let's look forward to next week. What are you expecting from the markets now? There seems to be quite a bit of euphoria, and the markets are down at the moment, but overall there's been a lot of euphoria in the market, and we get to the pullback debate whether we could be seeing another 30% correction. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, if we get another 30% correction, technically speaking, that's well into bear market, another whole new bear market, because 20% correction is the definition of a new bear market. So I don't know. You always get these doomsayers and guys that overreact to the upside as well. So I'm not going to predict as to the percentage of the next pullback. I'd prefer if we have a 5 to 10% pullback. It would be a great investment opportunity for long-term investors and a great buying opportunities for traders alike. So I don't want to pick a top. I think the best thing to do is, as I've been saying for quite a while, is wait for the pullback to occur. And I'd rather be buying on these pullbacks than selling into the strength here.
So today would be considered a pullback, or would be more significant? You need more significant
for a decent pullback to occur, we would need much more weakness on both international markets and locally. So just a bit of a breather today. And I mean, the Dow is still got a lot of time to go. So anything can happen there tonight, yeah.